Next video. Let's do this. Is it always gonna feel this weird? Okay. I don't really have an intro yet. Do I have to create one to be a real YouTuber? Hey everyone! That was weird. No. Do I do this? This? I'm just gonna say hi. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Grace, if you don't know, and here you are on Chasing Grace. Today I'm gonna do a travel Q&A. Obviously this is more of a lifestyle travel channel, and when I'm not traveling, you'll have a peek into my lifestyle, and when I'm traveling, there you go. Great videos, perfect. So today we're gonna do a travel Q&A. I found these questions just online from a random website, and that'll be linked down below, but I thought these were really cool. So this is just 100 questions I'm gonna answer rapid fire, and you're gonna get to know a little bit more about me and my travel preferences. My questions are right here. Hello, beautiful. So if I'm looking over here, that's why. Actually, can I put them under here? So many people are texting me right now. Hello, popular. Okay, let's do this. So number one, what's your favorite place you've traveled to so far? Okay, starting off hard. I think it's a toss-up between Paris and Quebec. Two totally different trips. I went to Paris with my Nana, that's my mom's mom, as kind of a high school graduation trip, and then I went to Quebec with my boyfriend Ty. So Paris was just a bucket list destination. I've always wanted to go there. It was absolutely incredible. Lived up to all of my expectations. It was beautiful. And then Quebec was a different vibe. I was there with my boyfriend. It still felt European. I still spoke French. Ty doesn't speak French. I still was able to speak French. But yeah, I think I'd say those two places. If you could swim with dolphins or go shark diving, which would you pick? Shark diving. That sounds pretty cool. What place is the top of your bucket list? Oh, let me grab my bucket list, shall we? I have my bucket list on my phone in my notes tab. Hi mom, I'll text you back later. And I add to this whenever I see something on Pinterest or Instagram where I'm like, oh my God, that looks incredible. That's why I love social media. If I didn't have social media, I would never know what Petra Jordan is. If you don't know what that is, I'll insert a picture right here. It's gorgeous. And I want to go. It's on my travel bucket list. But let's see. The top, as in like if I had unlimited money, where would I go right now? Africa was on the top, and I know Africa's a continent, not a country, but visiting Africa was on top, and I checked that off. So I think it's probably either gonna be Italy, anywhere in Italy, Amsterdam, or Sri Lanka. So those are three, sorry, but those are the three places that are on top of my bucket list right now. What can't you travel without? A camera. Do you prefer to travel solo or with someone else? I prefer to travel with my boyfriend. He's super laid back, really easy to travel with, down for almost anything. As long as you keep him fed and he's not too hot and he's not tired, he's the perfect travel companion. Machu Picchu or Angkor Wat, that's easy. Who is the person at home that you miss the most? Well, because I'm away at college right now, I'm about 1,000 miles away from home. I'd say I miss my dad the most, and my grandparents on both sides. My Nana and my grandpa and grandpa, I miss them all so much. What home comfort do you miss the most? When I'm traveling, probably my own bed. Yeah, probably my bed. I mean, the beds I sleep in when I'm traveling usually aren't horrible, but like your bedroom is kind of like my sanctuary, you know? So I miss probably my bed. What has been the most interesting food item you've tried? You would think it would be from Ghana, but all I ate was rice. If you watched my videos, I think I talked about it a little bit. Literally all I ate was rice. Most interesting food item. I don't know. I'm not that adventurous with food. If I'm gonna spend money on food, it has to keep me full and it has to be good enough for me to eat the whole thing so that I can just continue with my travels. Sorry. I live off of this. Not sponsored, but I live off of this. Probably poutine in Canada, which is not adventurous. Poutine in Canada is basically french fries, cheese curds, and gravy. And I don't think I would like actively go and look for it to eat it, but that's something I would have never put together myself, so probably that. What food from your home country do you miss the most? Well, I'm in America right now, but when I was in Ghana, I missed pasta and chocolate. The chocolate I had there was fantastic, I just didn't have a lot of it. Brownies, sorry. Brownies would probably be the one thing. What country makes the best coffee or tea? Just kidding. France. France makes the best coffee. If you could only ever eat rice or potatoes, which would you pick? Potatoes. I'm obsessed with potatoes. Potatoes, I eat them every day in various forms. Who would win in a fight? A polar bear with a rifle or a shark with a laser gun? How is this a travel question? A shark can't shoot a laser gun. It doesn't have any fingers. I don't know. Skip. Which country has the friendliest people? From my experience, Ghana. And I know everyone expected me to say Canada, and they were very nice, but Ghana, the Ghanaians went above and beyond for us, and they were absolutely incredible. Some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. What's been your scariest moment? The second I was pushed out of the plane skydiving, my stomach dropped, like when you're at the top of a roller coaster and then suddenly you go down. So that was probably the scariest. You know what? Screw that. No. If you watched my last Ghana vlog, my scariest moment was getting woken up by a wild baboon in my room. The end, done, check, scariest moment of my life. Toilets, squatting or Western? Privileged answer, but Western. How many different currencies are you carrying? One sec. Ghanaian cedis, and this is the one cedi, and American dollars. I have some euros somewhere, so 3. What have you bought that you haven't used? Abroad? You know, I had this idea in my head that I would collect keychains from every country that I've been to, and they've all freaking broken within 2 weeks of bringing them home. So I have this Quebec keychain right here. I had a Ghanaian keychain, fell off, don't know where it is. I have a Fiji one, it's sitting on my bookshelf because they don't stay on my keychains. So I think that I buy in every country, and they never get their use because they're so cheap, which, whatever. Oh, and this. I got this for my boyfriend, Ty. It's a knife, bro. It's a knife, hand-carved knife, a leather handle, and a leather handmade sheath. Got this at a market in Ghana. Are you kidding me? It's so cool. I bring it home. It's been sitting in that bookshelf since we got that bookshelf, but it's cool, okay? Whatever, I'm not mad about it, just don't use my gift, it's fine. Next, what's been the most useful item you've brought to a country? Packing cubes, very useful, especially when you're going to a country where you're gonna get dirty. Very useful, it comes with a laundry bag and everything. Would 10 out of 10 recommend packing cubes. A day pack, really good investment. What's the worst piece of travel advice you've ever received? Don't go to Africa, it's dangerous. Don't travel alone as a woman, it's dangerous. Why are you going to Africa? Don't go there. Those were the answers I got from so many people when I told them I was studying abroad in Africa. I only went for 2.5 weeks. I wasn't even gone for that long. And when I told some people, they were like, Why would you want to go there? Don't go there. How did your relatives feel about your most recent trip? Relatives, as in like grandparents? Old people are the worst, man. I basically said I'm going to Africa and there's nothing you can do about it. So how did they feel about it? They didn't like it. Did I care? No. And you know what? I'm going to give more people more credit. A lot of my family members were very excited for me. They were so excited that I was going to experience something totally different. On the other hand, a lot of them weren't. But here I am, safe, alive, probably don't have malaria, so it's fine. Where would you most like to live in the world? Paris. My boyfriend doesn't speak French though, so you know, if we stay together, if he eventually puts a ring on it, we'll probably live in London or Switzerland because he speaks German. But if he wasn't in the picture and it was just me, I mean, I'd want to live in Bali, Paris, London, the Philippines, Egypt, South Africa. I'm not the kind of person who can easily stay in one place for a long period of time, so I'd want to live all around the world. How many countries have you visited? Does America count? I'm going to count America. The United States, Canada, Fiji, London, Paris, Ghana. What's your favorite travel childhood memory? Okay, my family, so my dad, my mom, my sister, and my brother and me, we used to go to Telluride, Colorado twice a year. We'd go once to ski and once to hike. So twice a year, and we would stay at the same hotel every single time, and that's how I learned to ski. I've been skiing since I was super young, and I just loved it. We'd go twice a year. It would be a tradition. We love Telluride. It's always gonna hold like a really special place in my heart. So I think that's my favorite childhood travel memory. The sea, on it, in it, or stay on dry land. Probably a mix of stay on dry land and in it. I'm personally not a fan of cruises at all. And that's a topic for another video, but I'd probably say swimming in it or on land. What's the weirdest thing you've seen? A baboon ass. Have you learned to play any new games? Yes, the rock throwing game that was in one of my Ghana vlogs. I was horrible at it. Dorm or private room? Private room if I'm traveling with my boyfriend. If I were to travel solo, I wouldn't have any problem with a dorm. Tea or coffee? Coffee. What's your top travel tip? I've traveled with so many people from the US who love to talk and talk and talk about things that they think they know, and I'm guilty of it too, and learn from who and what is around you. What's your biggest first world problem? My hair. It's really curly and really long. Hold on. It's really curly and really long, and I live in Florida, so that's fun. How much stuff have you posted home, like sent home from a trip? Nothing. I never ship souvenirs home. I think if you can't fit it in your suitcase, you can live without it. What travel scams have you heard about? We've all heard about a million. Pickpocketers. One that I experienced was in Paris. I was at Sacré-Cœur. That was really obnoxious. Sacré-Cœur is the American way to pronounce it. The big church in Montmartre. And a French person came up to me and said, can you sign this petition about French orphans, blah, blah, blah. And I was with my grandmother and she didn't really notice what was happening at first. And I was like, oh my God, yes, of course. And then my grandma said, no, don't sign that, don't sign that. And then I remembered I had read something on Pinterest that was like, while you're signing that petition about orphans, their partner is coming up behind you and taking something from your purse. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I have to go, I can't sign this. I don't know if it really was, nothing was taken from me, but that's a travel scam that I've been almost fooled by. Do you call yourself a traveler or a tourist? I'd say I'm a traveler. I'd say technically you're a tourist everywhere, and there's nothing wrong with doing touristy things. There's nothing wrong with doing the traditional tourist things. I think where people go wrong is they get too caught up in being a tourist and not enough in experiencing the culture. Do you call yourself a traveler or a backpacker? A traveler. I haven't done the $5 hostel trekking across mountains backpacker kind of thing. I took a backpack to Ghana. That's what I packed all of my stuff in. So I guess I backpacked that, but I stayed in hotels. So I'd call myself a traveler. I'm not a badass backpacker, not yet. Train or bus? Train. Train. Fan or air conditioning? Air conditioning, what the hell? What kind of question is that? If Florida only had fans, we would all have heat stroke. How many gadgets are you carrying? 1, 2, 3. What are you doing for your next birthday? Going somewhere that's a secret as of right now. Do you send postcards? No. I used to collect them though. Strict schedule or go with the flow? A mixture of both, I guess. When I plan out my trips, it's anal. I have a day-by-day itinerary, I have a budget, I have a list of must do this, must do that, all the contact information, a packing list. I had a huge packing list for Ghana. So I love the process of planning it. I'll spend days planning a trip. I would love to be a travel agent. But then when you're there, you kind of have to just let it go. You have to have things you'd like to do, but then be totally fine if nothing goes to plan. So I'd say in the middle. Beer or wine? Wine, the fuck? Beer is disgusting. What's the best street food you've had? The mangoes I bought on the side of the road in Ghana. What destination have you found to be overrated? I'd actually have to say the Louvre, even though I love everything about Paris. I would have to say the Louvre because it's the most crowded place you'll probably ever go in your entire life. And if you're not a total art fanatic and you don't know the history behind every single piece of art, then you're going to be bored and you're going to be lost and you're going to be tired. So the Louvre, even though I really enjoyed it. Actually, specifically the Mona Lisa. Come in. How do you feel, me?
Come in.
Yes, because you knocked.
I didn't knock.
Oh. Hello?
Travel Q&A questions.
Yes. I'm
Did
on...
you have your subscribers submit them?
No, I Googled it. Say hello.
Hi.
What destination have you found to be overrated? Do you have one?
You didn't love New York, but it was.
Oh, I hated New York. I hate New York.
It was really cold though. So
but I've been to New York many times and I've never liked it. Ooh, I hate New York. Sorry.
We kind of just sprinted from Starbucks to Starbucks, getting you.
What a fucking mess.
What was
that
it?
Was a fucking
peppermint
mess.
mocha, right?
Yes,
the hot peppermint mochas.
Yes.
I think you had like 6.
What day was that? January, like what, 5th?
Something like that.
January 5th. It was 5 degrees.
Something
5
like
degrees,
that.
and we walked from. We walked.
The train station.
What was that? Grand Central?
No,
What train station was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, a train station in Manhattan all the way to Dumbo or Brooklyn. It was horrible. It took us an hour.
Yeah, it was cold.
Oh my god, it was fucking horrible. So, yeah, I don't like New York. I feel like no one's ever gonna subscribe to this channel if I say I don't like New York City. Whoops. I've been brutally honest with these questions.
Their sports team sucks too. So
Tie. Whew, it's hot
Philadelphia,
here.
on the other hand, is an incredible city.
You're so annoying. He's not even from Philly.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're from Jersey.
Fake news.
Okay. What's the most challenging thing I've ever done? Nothing. I'm good at everything. No, I'm kidding. You know what? The most challenging thing I've ever done is implementing that grassroots service project that I did in Ghana. City or countryside? Oh. I need to get out of the city and see real nature. I can't stand concrete jungles. I like to spend a few days in the city and then get out and explore the rest of the country. Do you prefer to walk, take public transport, or take private transport? transport. I prefer to walk if I'm wearing the right shoes, but at some point you just have to take a cab. Which country has the best weather? France. Kill me if I mention Paris or France one more time, but if you want to ski, you can. If you need to go to the beach, you can. If you want to be a city, you can. You want to be in the countryside, you can. France, I think, has it all. Which religious or spiritual sites have you visited? Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre, all the churches in Paris. Actually, the shrine that I went to in Ghana, the sacrificial shrine, that would be probably the coolest spiritual thing I've ever visited. Window or aisle seat? Window. What the hell? Window. What's the best thing you've bought? The best souvenir? So I like buying art. What's the most interesting animal you've seen? A baboon. What was the best place you've stayed in? So the best hotel? I'm thinking just international. When I went to Denver for a work trip last year, I stayed in the Ritz-Carlton in Denver, Colorado. Fantastic. The hotel that I would always go to in Telluride, Colorado with my family, gorgeous. Best hotel internationally? We didn't stay in one in Quebec. We stayed in an Airbnb. That's what I like to do when I plan my own trips, is stay in Airbnbs. Probably the base that we stayed in Fiji. I traveled with a student travel group, so they had built a base there. Unbelievable. I wish I was vlogging back then. What was that, 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah, I would never watch those videos again. I was such a little awkward high schooler, but that was beautiful. Who is your dream travel companion? Ty. He's perfect. Bungee jumping, yes or no? Yes, that's the next crazy adrenaline thing I want to do, is bungee jump. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Adventurous, creative, and motivated. And the last one is, where are you going next? So the birthday trip that I'm planning right now, to kind of spill a little bit of the beans, was originally between 2 places, Puerto Rico and Portland. My birthday is November 4th, so it's on a Sunday this year, and it's gonna be my 21st birthday. So I wanted to go somewhere really cool, really quick. I would leave on Thursday night and then have a 3-day weekend somewhere and come back Sunday night for classes on Monday. I didn't realize how far away Portland, Oregon was. I don't know, maybe that's really stupid, but I was like, oh, it's in the States, like, it's fine. No, to get there, there's almost definitely a layover for the cheap flights. I'm not trying to drop $600 on a flight. It takes you a long ass time to get there. So we'd have to leave early in the morning on Thursday, and we'd miss all of our Thursday classes and commitments that we have, which, because I'm a huge nerd, I don't like to do, and neither does Ty, because we're both super busy all the time at school. So unfortunately, I was so excited about that. And then Puerto Rico, it also, for the cheap flights, is a total, it's a shit show to get there. For cheap flights, just for a weekend, the amount of time we would spend actually getting to and from Puerto Rico was too long and too much for just a weekend trip. So now, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a poll I put up. It was between Havana, Cuba, and San Juan, because San Juan is much more convenient than the western side of Puerto Rico. So yeah, I know what won that poll, and I know which one I'm leaning towards. But yeah, that's the kind of toss-up we have right now for the next international place that I'll be going. All right, that's all the questions from this Q&A. If you want to answer these questions yourself or to see the list, I'll leave the link down in the description box of where I found this. I just Googled travel Q&A because I thought that this would be a cool idea. So those are the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I'm a super opinionated person, so there you go, some of my opinions. Leave a comment down below answering one of the questions that I answered in this video. I'd love to know if you disagree on anything I said, or if you agree, or something else that I might not have even thought of. I would love to talk to you guys down in the comments, and then let me know what you want me to film next. If it's something around Tampa or if it's something else. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.